All right, guys, so let's go through this Khazix. So the Khazix Squat is a nice wide stance, single leg squat essentially. We're gonna go with a back rack or back squat grip. A few quick tips. Just never-ending tips, but the wrists need to be straight. I oftentimes see this happening and the elbow is flaring back, and you see those lines, they're just not attractive. So intuitively, you can see that just by lining that up, that looks like it should, okay? So get a nice grip on the bar, pull down on the bar so that the bar is firmly driven down into your traps. This helps This helps create upper body stability so that you can really put your focus and attention into your legs. So the first thing that we're gonna do on this is almost like going into a good morning, okay? You're gonna drive your hips back. You will be bent over. If you look at this from the side, the very first movement I want you guys to make is this hip hinge back, and then we're gonna continue going back. I'm gonna get that a little wider, but you're gonna continue going back, trying to keep this knee, if I get back here, trying to keep this knee as perpendicular to the floor as you can. Now, the knee does not need to be on the outside of the foot during a Khazix, but you do need to have 3 points of contact. So it's fine if your shin angle ends up a little at an angle like this. The shin angle over here is what I'm looking at. Let's say we're squatting down and we're super wide, and it's like, man, I don't have the adductor range of motion to really get this out, nor the adductor range of motion here. The big focus needs to be, do you have 3 points of contact, and are you externally rotated, or are you turned off, collapsing in, losing 3 points of contact? Now basically got 2, which is on the inside, but are you creating that? And this was my shoes just ripped open. So this is the deal. Push the button, back, 3, 3, 2. This foot comes up, and 1. We will hold. I'm not sitting on the box. And we will hold for 3, 2, 1. And then as you're coming out nice and slow, we're gonna watch what happens as you drive out of your Khazix. Oftentimes, people momentum themselves out of their Khazix. So as we go into our Khazix, the hip goes back. We start screwing in. You start to create the torque inside this hip as you go down. I'm pushing this knee out. I'm driving my hip back. I'm trying to lift up on this leg, and I'm holding for 3, 2. Big toe is pressing in. My mind is focused on my tripod foot. My tripod foot is focused on my mind. And then I drive, whoops. And then we come out of that for 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and get in there. 3, 2. If you can get lower, 1, drop down lower, and then 3, 2, 1. The boxes are nice because they offer you a target, because these get tough. This is a single leg squat essentially. Nothing is on this leg over here. Everything is on my right and coming back up and out of it. So we're gonna do that for our first round of the workout. It's about range of motion. It's about getting stronger where you're weak and improving your squat. And I mean, Khazix are just cool squats. So who doesn't want to be awesome at doing Khazix? Next exercise coming up. All right, guys. So it doesn't matter what height you're at. We're going to load it, as I said in the beginning. So it doesn't matter if you are on a green box. We'll start you up top. What we want to see is that when you go down, you're able to maintain stability down. This back foot, the toe pulls up. You sit up tall, touch your heel to the ground, and then bring it back up. So I don't care, again, how high the box is. Let me show you that from this side so that you can see that I'm really paying attention to building strength and the stability of this leg so that it's not wobbling in and out. Everything is rock solid, but I want strength through that leg. And yes, I'm holding the implement on the opposite side. So it's 3, 2, 1. What's happening is that the implement, the load, is pulling me over to the right, and I'm countering that by externally rotating here. It's almost like having a band pulling against you. It intuitively, your body recruits the correct muscle groups. You may be up onto a box like this. So I don't know if I'll probably pop out of frame. That's not bad. So same idea here. One of the biggest issues that people have with doing these squats is that they tend not to pay attention to what's happening back here with this free leg, just like in a lunge. So if I'm coming down, I want this hip to turn in. So I can turn this leg in, but it's really about turning this hip in, and I'm turning myself over toward the left side of my box. So I'm really kind of leaning in. My intention is to move over here to the left side and then, of course, drive out. So there's not a tempo here. It's about you, your leg, your implement, and strengthening what it is that you currently have available and making it stronger, which will lead to us getting into more range of motion as we build strength up with what you've got, okay? The alternating press coming up. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Andrew Downs for providing us with these awesome competition kettlebells made by Kettlebell Kings. These are 22 kilograms, and I believe that translates into about 48 pounds. Anyhow, these are cool kettlebells. So for the alternating press, we're looking to go max effort on these. I don't mind a little side pressing in here. I don't mind treating this like a strongman press, which is a full body press. Not a super strict press, but it's a full body press. The key is that we are not allowing our shoulders to get off of that head as we press up and through the press. So, as always, when we're going to front rack, we're going to grab on the top side of the kettlebell, get in this nice shape. This is what it would look like from the side. As I lean back into it, I grab the kettlebells, lean back, create a little bit of leverage, tension. Take a deep breath, slide them back, and front rack them. Now, for the press, make sure that grip is on point and you're squeezing the you-know-what out of the kettlebell. Both kettlebells need to stay up on the inside until you do actually press it. And when you do, you take a deep breath in, pack the shoulder, press it up, maintain control, and then you pull down. 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in, press it up, and then pull it down. 3, 2, get the lat to turn on. 3, elbow in, underneath the wrist. Hoorah. 12 on each side. Okay? Have some fun with it.